In 2017, something truly extraordinary happened. A strange visitor entered our solar system. Fast, silent, and unlike anything we had ever seen before. It came from deep space, a region so distant that its origins remain a mystery to this day. It wasn't shaped like any asteroid. It didn't behave like any comet. And most puzzling of all, it seemed to accelerate without any visible force or propulsion. It tumbled through the darkness, spinning in unpredictable ways, defying all conventional physics. Then just as suddenly as it appeared, it was gone, vanished beyond our reach. Scientists gave it a name, Oumuamua, Hawaiian for a messenger from afar arriving first. Some experts called it a cosmic oddity. Others, though, began to whisper a more provocative theory. Could it have been a probe, a scout, something not natural, alien technology perhaps? Now, years later, new questions are surfacing, and the whispers are growing louder. Could Oumuamua be coming back to Earth? The discovery. It all started on October 19, 2017. That day, astronomers at the Pan-STARRS Observatory in Hawaii were scanning the skies, just as they did every night, searching for near-Earth objects. But what they spotted that evening wasn't just another asteroid or piece of space debris. It was something different, something unprecedented. A narrow, fast-moving object was streaking across the sky, cutting through our solar system on a trajectory no one had ever seen before. After some quick calculations, they realized the object wasn't orbiting the sun like everything else in our cosmic neighborhood. No, this thing was coming from outside the solar system. It was the first known interstellar object ever observed passing through. That alone was historic, so they named it Oumuamua, a Hawaiian word meaning scout, or messenger from afar arriving first. A name chosen not just to honor the location of its discovery, but because it captured the sense of mystery that surrounded this strange visitor. Fitting, don't you think? But almost immediately, things didn't add up. For starters, it was moving too fast, nearly 196,000 miles per hour, far beyond the speeds typical for objects bound to the sun's gravity. Even more puzzling was its shape, elongated like a cigar, or possibly flat like a pancake, depending on which model you believed. It had no visible tail, no cloud of gas, nothing to suggest it was a comet. And yet, as it passed near the sun, it began to accelerate, inexplicably, with no visible propulsion or outgassing. It didn't spin uniformly either. It tumbled through space in a chaotic, unpredictable way that left scientists scratching their heads. In short, it didn't look or act like any asteroid or comet we'd ever encountered. Something was off, and the deeper scientists looked, the stranger it seemed. The mystery. Things got even stranger the more astronomers studied Oumuamua. When typical comets pass close to the sun, they heat up and begin to release gas and dust, a process known as outgassing. This material forms a glowing tail and also gives the comet a small push, altering its speed and trajectory. But Oumuamua didn't follow this pattern. Despite coming close enough to the sun to expect some level of outgassing, there was nothing. No visible tail, no jets of gas, no detectable emissions of any kind. And yet somehow it began accelerating. Not by much, but enough to raise eyebrows. Something appeared to be pushing it. But what? Even more puzzling was its motion. Instead of spinning like most space rocks, which tend to rotate around a central axis, Oumuamua was tumbling, chaotically, flipping end over end like a lost baton in zero gravity. Its motion was so irregular, scientists struggled to model it with conventional physics. That's when Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb stepped forward with a theory that stunned both the public and the scientific community. He suggested that Oumuamua might not be a natural object at all, but rather artificial, possibly a probe sent by an intelligent civilization. His most controversial proposal? That it could be propelled by a solar sail, a thin, ultra-lightweight structure designed to catch radiation pressure from starlight, allowing it to travel vast distances without fuel. It's a technology humans are only just beginning to explore. But if advanced civilizations exist out there, they might have mastered it long ago. Loeb's idea divided the scientific world. Many dismissed it as outlandish or premature, arguing that extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. But others, quietly, cautiously, admitted that the object was so weird, the idea couldn't be ruled out entirely. In a universe filled with billions of stars and potentially habitable planets, was it really so impossible to consider that something or someone might be watching? Could it come back? Let's address the question that's been stirring imaginations ever since Oumuamua first appeared in our skies. Is it coming back? Is there any chance this strange visitor from beyond our solar system might return for a second encounter with Earth? Let's start with the simplest, most direct answer. Not this one. After reaching its closest point to the Sun in late 2017, Oumuamua didn't slow down. It didn't veer back toward us or loop into orbit. Instead, it did something much more unsettling. It sped up. It accelerated unexpectedly and shot away from the inner solar system, veering off on a path that took it far beyond the reach of our telescopes. It has since passed the orbit of Saturn and continues to hurtle through interstellar space at over 196,000 miles per hour. At that speed, it's long gone, and there's no indication it will ever return. Even if it were somehow capable of turning around, the sheer distance and time involved make a return visit from this exact object almost impossible. But here's where things take a fascinating turn. For a long time, scientists believed that interstellar objects like Oumuamua, debris or visitors from other star systems, were incredibly rare. That's why its discovery in 2017 made such huge waves in the astronomy world. But then just 2 years later, in 2019, something extraordinary happened. We spotted another one. This time it was named 2I/Borisov, and unlike Oumuamua, it looked and behaved like a more traditional comet. It had a tail, it emitted gas, and its chemical signature matched what we'd expect from icy bodies. But it came from deep space, another star system entirely, making it only the second confirmed interstellar object to pass through our solar system. That's 2 interstellar visitors in just 2 years, after a history of seeing none. Suddenly, the idea that Oumuamua was a once-in-a-lifetime anomaly didn't seem so certain. Maybe our solar system is part of a much busier cosmic highway than we ever imagined. And if objects like these are passing through more often, what are the odds that one, someday, might come on purpose? What if one doesn't just pass us by, but slows down, changes direction, or even enters orbit? If Oumuamua was a natural fragment, maybe others like it are just drifting through space. But if it was something more, if it was a piece of alien technology, as some believe, then the next visitor might not be silent. It might not be alone, and it might not be leaving. New theories. Since Oumuamua's brief and puzzling visit, scientists around the world have been working overtime to solve its mystery. And in the years that followed, new theories have continued to emerge. In 2023, one team of researchers suggested a fascinating idea. What if Oumuamua was made not of rock or metal, but of something far more delicate? Hydrogen ice. They proposed that as it neared the sun, this ice may have sublimated, turning directly from solid to gas, without producing the kind of visible tail we usually see in comets. That could explain its strange acceleration without any visible propulsion. No jets, no exhaust, just quiet, invisible movement. Another theory claimed it could be the shard of a shattered planet, the debris of a long-lost world ripped apart by a violent cosmic event. Something like a planetary collision or a dying star's final breath could have launched pieces like Oumuamua into the void, sending them drifting across the galaxy for millions of years. But then, there's the theory that refuses to fade, the one that ignited both excitement and controversy. The idea that maybe, just maybe, Oumuamua wasn't natural at all, that it could be an alien solar sail, a thin, reflective structure built to ride starlight across the galaxy. If true, it might have been long dead, abandoned, or damaged, but still functioning enough to cross paths with Earth. Natural or artificial? A strange rock or ancient technology? The truth is, we may never know. But what's certain is this: the mystery hasn't gone away. If anything, it's only deepened. Was it alien tech or cosmic coincidence? Oumuamua was visible for just 11 short days, a blink in astronomical terms. And then, just like that, it was gone. No time for close-up photos, no probes sent, no flybys, nothing but a brief flash across our instruments and a trail of data left behind. And in its wake, a whole universe of questions. But even that fleeting glimpse was enough to spark something big, a revolution in how we watch the skies. Ever since 2017, telescopes around the world have been scanning the cosmos with renewed urgency. New detection systems, new surveys, all asking the same silent question. When will the next visitor arrive? And when it does, will we be ready this time? So now we turn it over to you. What do you think Oumuamua really was? Just a cosmic rock behaving oddly? A bizarre natural fluke? Or was it something far more intentional? A scout from another world? A probe from deep space? Maybe even a silent message drifting through the void? Drop your theory in the comments below. We read them all. And if this kind of mystery excites you, if the unknown calls to you like it does to us, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell so you never miss an episode. Because here on Exhilarating Discoveries, we've only just begun.